Alrighty, morning everyone. So we're out today. There's a little bit of rain coming later, maybe 5 to 10 mil they're predicting. But the plan is today we are testing out the 105 mil Fishtail by Prolure. So I've got one on spin with a standard jig head, and then I have another one which is rigged weedless. Just on they're both on 3/8, both on 5/0s. So the plan today is we're going to put it through its paces, do some snag bashing with them. It's something I don't think I've ever thrown on this channel. I know I've thrown the smaller version, which I got a 1.15 thready on the 75, but yeah, the plan is today is we're going to put this one through its paces, do a review on it. Let's see how it goes. Want to get a jack on it, that's my main target. The backup targets are flathead, trevally, cod, all the other usual suspects that we seem to run into. But yeah, I really want to get a jack on it today. So that's the plan, is we're just going to snag bash. We're going to do what we've done with the other lures, and then at the end we'll run through it. We'll talk about what I like, what I don't like, and if you should buy it. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so that's what we've got. This color is called Midnight. As you can see, it's a very slimline lure, but the other day when I was swimming it around having a look at them, they've got some massive sort of tail kick to them, which is really cool, like this really big body wobble. So I quite like that. Like, I didn't think it would move as much as it does. When I looked at it, I was like, originally I was like, nah, I think they're going to be a real tight shimmy. But I was swimming them with the jig head the other day, and I was quite surprised at how much action they actually have. And that's what I like, is a good sort of kick. You guys won't be able to see it yet, but I'll show you it later. Yeah, we're just going to do a little bit of snag bashing. We're going to hit the same sort of run I've been putting the other lures through, just to keep it consistent, you know, because even though the days, the weather, the moon, the rain is never really the same, at least I can get a bit of consistency with this run and where I'm fishing it. We've got some fallen trees here. We're going to have some rock bars, some gravel bars, really a bit of everything once again to fish with it. Just sort of going slow and steady at the moment because I don't know what the bite pattern's going to be like, what technique we need to run. You know, is it just like a slow and steady wind? Is it a bit of a hop? You can sort of do that with all lures, but this is sort of the benefit of tying on something new, is figuring out, well, what's the best way to fish it? What's the, you know, the most effective way to get a bite? So today we've opted for a 3/8 5/0. This is one of the jig heads I run from Sharp Point. It's got the weight forward. So what I like about that is the fact that when it sinks, because the weight's forward, it'll sink like this. So it doesn't sink flat, but it'll sink like down on a 45. I found it's a bit more, I believe it's a bit more natural. Not that I'm under the water watching it, but you know, a fish isn't going to swim straight down or dead flat really. They're sort of going to be angled, and that's why I kind of like it. Is in my mind it makes sense. In my mind it's a good option. So if you're new to the channel, consider like and subscribing. If you're old to the channel and you haven't subscribed, consider doing it. It's always free. Setting a little goal this video, I'd like to see 75 likes. I know that's quite small, but hey, might as well start somewhere. I thought we'll start at 75, see if we can get it. This is good. This is a good fish. Hit it on the slow one. Oh, I've got a nice jack. Nice jack. First fish of the day. He's the target species. It's really good to see. Just hit that slow winding really. So we're just grabbing everything. Look at that. It's exactly what he's been feeding on. He's only just took that down too. So little jelly prawn. Really, really small. Just hit it here, just slow winding as you can see. Straight down the hatch there, which is a good take. He's properly got that. He's only gone 36, 37, so we'll chuck him in a live well. We got about 2 hours left to fish, so we'll put him in a live well and then we'll tag him, get it out, and then we'll run through the lure. All right, so we're putting everything. The pump's on now. Jesus, he made a bit of a meal out of that. Look at that, sliced straight through it. So don't think it's going to be good for another fish. So what we'll do is we'll take it off. We'll re-rig a different one. Keep fishing. So with the color of the water the way it is now, I'm actually going to go for the black and gold, which is more of a brown, but yeah, you call it mangrove gold, so it's not black and gold, but looks pretty decent. So the way we rig it is you just go straight into this flat bit of the mouth, and it's a twist lock. It's the twist lock 5.0. So we run that round. We will get it in position, line it up, looks like about there. Not too bad, slightly off-centered, but there you go. Throw a bit of scent on it and we'll get going. So he just came literally just on the slow wind, which is a bit surprising. So he he didn't miss. Like, I was hopping that other plastic back there on the standard jig head and we missed that good hit as it was sinking. And then, like I said, all I'm really doing is letting it hit the bottom, giving a couple little hops and a wind. So I'm just really focusing in on where that line is and how it's moving through the water. And then we were lucky enough, he just came straight behind it and he just engulfed that. Like, he didn't miss it, which is what you want. And then he was spewing up a heap of little prawns, so there's a good chance that's what they're actually feeding on today, which is always the way. You try to do a review, you pick a lure and you don't know what the fish are going to want. Interestingly too, that southerly is just kicking in now as well. So I wonder if that's the change that we've needed. This morning we had more of a westerly and I had no hits at all. Like, it was just completely dead. Been chatting to a few other guys as they've hooked past and they've no fish either. No fish, no hits. And now we've got this little southerly starting to roll in now. South-southeast, so it's a wind change. So I always like to think about, you know, like, if something's not working, sometimes it's just a weather pattern. The weather can change. Not saying that was the reason that one fish bit, but we'll find out really. If over the next 2 hours or so we actually catch more, it could just be that wind change. Which sounds quite bizarre. You wouldn't think that wind would affect fish, but it actually does. That's what he was sitting in, all this stuff here. It's all just rock. Rock, 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 rock. It's where he was chilling, just in the back of these eddies and stuff. Oh, I missed him. Oh, that was a good fish. Could tell by the weight. That was a really good fish. How did I miss him? Oh, that was a good fish. A little bit of scratches up the head right there. Oh, that was a good fish. Could tell by the load up then. The way the rod just went, that was a good fish. Right on this current line, where this clean water meets that dirty water. If he's still there, he'll be a cod. If he's gone, he's probably a jack or a trev. The way that hit was, I'd pick jack or trev. Cod don't normally miss stuff like that. It's disappointing. Alright guys, that is it. So in the end we only got the one fish, which is a bit disappointing. I ended up going 1 from 3. Well, for one was definitely a jack because I actually seen him, and the others, yeah, may have been, may not have been. They felt like it. The other one definitely felt like it, but you know, it's like, it's always hard. So run you through the lure really. So that's it there. That's it rigged with a jig head, which didn't pick up any fish today, but having a chat to all the other guys around, they didn't get anything either. So very testing day, very testing day. And that's the one, wrong colour, but it's what we were running on. And there's the one that got tore apart by that jack. Oop, wrong side. There you go. So let's go through the lure. They're 105 mil. You get 6 of them in a pack, like 12, 13 bucks. They're pretty cool. Like, they are that plastisol style. So you may have heard me talk about the Holt prawn a little while ago. Same sort of material. It's just like that rubber compound, PVC I think it's called. It's pretty sweet, pretty sweet. So they've got belly slit, which is good for weedless. And then they've got the little notch in the top, which is good for also running weedless. Now, one thing I've noticed is they get a really nice kick to them, a really good body roll, which is surprising given how small that rear tail is. But overall, they went well. I would happily go out and buy them again. I probably will. I think where they suit is they're a bit of an all-round plastic. I don't think they're going to excel in any certain aspect. Like, you can rig this weedless and you can go fish snags. It's got pretty good action. It doesn't have amazing action. You can put a jig head through them and you can go and fish a rock bar. It's probably not going to be the best lure to fish a rock bar, but it's still a pretty good option. So I think that's that sort of niche that they fall into, is that, you know, you can sort of fish it however you want, which is always cool to see. Now, these are made by a bloke down in Sydney, which is pretty cool. Not really known as a jack lure. That's why I thought, hey, let's give it a go. And in the spirit of reviewing stuff, I thought, why not? So they come in about, I think there's like probably 8 or 9 colors. I really recommend, I really like this one, because that's the one that I also got my massive thready on. If you long-time viewers might remember, I got a 1.15 meter thready on one of those in the 75 mil. So slightly smaller version, but yeah, caught a couple of grunter that day and stuff like that. But let's get the fish out. I'll show it to you guys, and then we'll get some photos and let it go. There you go. Gorgeous, gorgeous, healthy jack. She's come in on 37. So let's target species. It's what we're after. Ooh, target species. It's what we're after. There we go. Hoping might show you those canines. So overall, a successful day. Like I said, I'll probably go out, I'll buy a few more of those. If you like this style of video, once again, let me know. Drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to run next time. It's been kind of good in a way. Each trip I'm running a different lure, and it really it's a good challenge, especially for me. Like, I'm coming in on, I think, close to 300 jacks now I've tagged. So I obviously normally just stick to what I know and what I like. So I have really enjoyed this style where each time I'm coming out here, I'm tying on a different lure, and it's sort of testing because I almost have to go through the motions again. Yes, I'm fishing the same structure, but with the way these lures work, I kind of got to figure out, well, what's it good for? What's it not good for? How am I going to fish it? Is it like, does it have a lot of kick? Does it not have a lot of kick? Is it a flashy lure? Like, there's a lot of things that just gets me ticking, and I really enjoy it. So I hope you've learnt something. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one, eh?